kick to the gut. I like it.
Yo, what's going on? It's Mister Young.
Hey, how are you, brother?
Good, now that I can hear your beautiful voice. I had your mic down, bro. Say your name again. Who you be? Who you be? Who are you, bro?
How can you have my mic down, bro? Foreign in the building.
There
Put
you
some
go.
respect on that, bro.
It's a Monday things, you know. It's lunchtime though, and we certainly appreciate that you're keeping us company here on the live stream. Of course, if you're listening to this on Spotify or on the podcast, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, right? We do the live stream every Monday, so feel free to come join us and talk wrestling. Once again, so many things to unpack as we are on the road to WrestleMania. We'll talk a little bit about it because, you know, we'll dedicate our next few episodes for like the proper WrestleMania preview, stand and deliver preview and all that. But bro, I gotta ask you, man, how was your weekend?
Bro, can I just be honest right now?
Sure.
I haven't been sleeping well.
Okay, I know there's football, right? There's some big matches. What else has been keeping you up?
Bro, there's only one thing that's been keeping up,
Hey,
bro.
wait, hold on. Keep it PG. I don't want to know what else is keeping you up at night, huh?
No. Nothing to do with my love life. Nothing to do with my life.
Okay,
In
good.
fact, it's the exact opposite of my love life, bro.
That was TMI already. Too much, bro. You're oversharing.
Ever since WWE 2k dropped, I have had no life.
Okay,
That's what I
okay.
mean. That's what I'm trying to get to, by
Right.
man.
It's Mr. Young is jumping to conclusions, the only exercise I get. That's an
Too much
old
else.
classic Jerry the Lawler joke, by the way. I got that joke because of Jerry Lawler. You know how he always had these very old joke book type jokes?
Yeah, bro. And like every time he make fun of the Hart family and the parents, how
Yeah.
old they are, fucking funny.
Yeah, like this is one of my favorite lines of him. The only exercise he gets when he sees like a more fat guy, he will be like, the only exercise he gets is jumping to conclusions.
It's kind of lame but funny. Like, you can't have a chuckle at it.
But I mean, you know, like he's even talked about it before. He literally has these jokes prepared, so when the situation arises, he can drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when I watched his Hall of Fame speech, do you remember 2007? I think Will Shatner was the one that inducted him.
Right.
It was the same year as the rest of them, GR. But I remember, right, his entire speech, right, wasn't him thanking people, you know. It was just him doing an entire roast on all his wrestling fraternity. It's damn funny, yeah.
Oh my god, he's stand-up comedian lah.
Yeah.
Irvin, let's give you a shout out. What's up? Welcome to the chat. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope this Monday feels you stress-free, or finds you stress-free.
Fills you up with stress-free thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Wow. Mr. Young is on another level today. Level of shit.
Bro, what have you been up to? Have you been playing so many games and doing so many acro yoga that you know everything is all in your head right now?
Yeah, in a sense, bro, this month has been insane in terms of like the amount of video games that have come out, right? So, okay, everyone knows about Elden Ring. I mean, even if you're a cursory gamer, you know, like everyone's raving about it and how humongous it is. Like,
yes,
we're talking, I'm probably going to be playing this game still for months and finishing it maybe at the end of the year, sort of a deal. Unless I really the main story, but there's so much extra to do.
Okay. Maybe I'm the only one living in a cave, and I'm very embarrassed to ask, what is Elden Ring about?
Elden Ring, oh my god. It's okay, you know what? It's one of those if you know, you know sort of a situations, you know what I'm saying? Brian Chong, what's up? Must buy the game or not? What? Brian Chong is not working by the hour. He's come in and he's like, give me the goods. I want to know. Give me what I want. To quote Batista. Give me what I want.
It was the 3 years anniversary of that stupid promo, right? It's like, yeah, this past week. Yes.
Okay.
3 years, bro. Brian Chong, we will give you what you want.
Yes.
We'll get to it as soon as we plug all the stupid shit we have to plug.
Mama Daniel, what's up? Welcome to the podcast. OGs, hello. Talking about OGs, we need to shout out people like Dave Royalty, The Shadow, Christian as well, who have jumped on board as Patreon supporters as well. There you go. You like that nice little smooth transition into our Patreon page that we have.
Yes, respect to all of you guys who pledge to take your support for the podcast to the next level. And for some of you who actually subscribe and above, you actually get some exclusive content, including something that we did for Grapple Max recently.
That's right. So Grapple Max, of course, they had their event, and together with Grapple Max, we made a deal where you can actually watch the main event of that event, Smart Dave versus Hotshot Wilson, with our commentary as well.
Yes, for sure. And if you guys enjoyed the commentary, you guys subscribe and you guys listen to it. And if it does well, we might even have more opportunities to call the entire event. So this is like a test run. It win-win situation for us. We get to give commentary to Grapple Max. Grapple Max gets other people to call their action. I think, it's a great way to support our local wrestling community as we get out of the pandemic.
And also, of course, fill your bellies up with more pro wrestling content, stuff that you enjoy. So yeah, if you can, and only if you can, we'd appreciate it if you check out our Patreon page. It's Kick to the Gut on Patreon. Link is in the description as well, okay? Talking about links, Discord link is there also. Discord is where we just hang out. They're absolutely free. Please come and join, just be there and hang out and talk about wrestling. And there's just so many lively conversations going on. WWE, AEW, even promotions we don't even watch. Like, we know you wrestling fans. I know there's the Joshi camp, there is the Mexican Lucha Libre camp. All can go there and talk about what you love.
Yeah, the Young Bucks fans, I don't know whether there's a lot of them on the Discord.
Young Bucks fans, I delete all. I ban. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mr. Young is the moderator. That's why you don't see any Young Bucks praises.
Maybe there's no such thing as a proper... No, I'm kidding. Okay.
But to be fair, I really, really appreciate our community on Discord. Sometimes you're so busy, caught up in our day. It's really nice. Like when I take a break, I just switch on my phone. I look at Discord. Wow, all the wrestling news, all the wrestling commentaries are being discussed among the listeners, the people of the Discord community.
Exactly.
So like, I feel like it's like it's like a great kind of vibe to have.
And here's the thing. Like I actually talking about. Like maybe the first thing we want to bring up today, right? I found out about it on Discord itself, lying in bed late at night. I was like, just randomly scrolling. And it's a bit of sad news. I think you know what I'm talking about, right?
Of course.
Talking about Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon. He, I didn't read the article in full, but apparently he's had 3 heart attacks and he's on life support right now as we speak.
Have you? I've never actually heard of people getting multiple heart attacks at the same time. Is it something is it a rare situation?
Apparently it can happen, but like I said, our thoughts and prayers, well wishes, go out to Scott Hall, aka Razor Ramon, his friends and family and all that. We here, of course, as wrestling fans, we remember him from, I remember him from the 90s, right? As Razor Ramon, the guy who put over 1-2-3 Kid, had amazing matches. Like, see, when I look back, like I feel like he's one of those guys that was, I don't want to say overlooked, but he was never the main guy. He never won the main championships. It was always Kevin Nash, Diesel, right?
Yeah.
In that clique.
It's crazy to think he never even had a WCW championship run.
Yeah, exactly, right? And just to think about it too, like, I mean, he is one of those guys that you could always depend on to tell a great story in the ring. Would you agree?
Of course, and I've heard so many stories of people looking to Scott Hall's opinion for certain things, and he actually helped create gimmicks for other people just by like a throwaway comment or just like analyzing a wrestler. I heard that he actually had a good hand in helping Undertaker come out with his gimmick.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like how to like tell him to like slow it down, play like a dead man, like all these little things. And even DDP, helping DDP become the babyface star that he was. So his knowledge of the business is so incredible.
I mean, I can't speak to his WCW Scott Hall Outsiders stuff because I never really watched the NWO that much or the WCW at the point, right? But I remember very clearly like his work as was he a heel? I think his vignettes were very heelish, but people just loved him anyway.
Razor Ramon.
And yes, it was very gimmicky. It was it was early 90s, late 80s WWE, right?
Yeah. Wasn't he originally like kind of a ripoff of Scarface or Tony Montana?
Yeah, but like taken to this cartoony, WWE superstars level lah.
Yeah, I remember when he had his first few vignettes, he was officially like the first bad guy that people like hate to love, but they can't help themselves, right?
Or rather, love to hate, you mean?
Love to hate, yeah, because he was just so cool. Yeah. He had the machismo, toothpick.
Yes, like throw the toothpick at you, that sort of thing. Irvin brings up that he was unreliable because of his issues. That's true. But if you think about it, you look at the entire history of the WWE, there have been many people like that who have had issues, but they've also had incredible success. They were incredibly talented. It's just that their personal lives they've had to handle at certain points, And I mean, a lot is said about people who are very creative, in that because of this sort of a creativity. I mean, Jeff Hardy might be another example as well. Incredibly creative person, but also had his demons as well, and the list goes on. There are a lot of stories about that. So
yeah, to be fair, this last decade, I think he kind of cleaned himself up. He did his DDP yoga. He finally got inducted into the Hall of Fame. So in the last couple of years, I thought he was kind of like enjoying his retirement and stuff like. So this was really unexpected news because the last thing I heard was he was doing well, healthy.
Yeah. I guess my best memory of him would have to be him versus, I mentioned this match before, 1-2-3 Kid. Remember when 1-2-3 Kid was seen as this jobber guy?
Yeah.
And like, you're like, oh, this match, it's obviously going to be a squash match. And it was, this is kudos to them for being able to pull this off, right? And this is a lost art, especially in AEW. Okay? You know where I'm going with this. You can't have job guys going toe-to-toe with your main event guys. It just doesn't... Like, I know they think that they are making... Like, trying to bring them up, but you're not. You're just making yourself look bad. Like,
bro, let me guess. JD Drake versus Keith Lee, right?
Oh God, yeah. There's an example. Like, who is this fella and why is he going toe-to-toe with Keith Lee? No, Keith Lee should be... Anyway, I'm sorry for jumping on that. But my point is, right, he made it... He See, the way that match was set up, Razor Ramon versus 1-2-3 Kid, Razor Ramon was at some points like toying with him. Just like, there's no way this fella going to win. No. And then you pull the rug from under. That's why it was a shock. That's why it was memorable. And that's why it made the 1-2-3 Kid. So I don't know who put that match together, but I have to think that Scott Hall had it in his mind, okay, this is what we need to do. We can't just go back and forth. It would make no sense.
Yeah, didn't he 1-2-3 Kid had like an upset victory, right?
Yes, and like I said, it was like
an open challenge, right, for the IC title.
I don't think he won a championship. It was just a one-on-one match. But the entire the shock of him just winning, it was very rarely ever done. Actually, at that point as a kid, it was never done. It was like if JD Drake beat Keith Lee.
Yeah, it was so unexpected. Of course, disparity of the size also was having to take into account.
Yeah. And 1-2-3 Kid,
essentially a jobber before that, right? 1-2-3 Kid.
That's the thing. That's the big one. 1-2-3 Kid before that was just a jobber. He was never pushed as like, oh, this kid with like amazing abilities. He was just a guy who would lose every week.
Okay, maybe like a modern comparison. Like, what if it was like James Ellsworth having an upset victory over Roman Reigns?
Okay. maybe. I mean, they tried to do it. Remember James Ellsworth versus AJ Styles? Didn't he pull off a cheap victory as well?
Yes, cheap victory, but it was non-title. It was just like some random Spectre episode. So Moxley had a point now.
Yeah, so this is sort of like a comparison lah. But I don't believe there was any interference, and he sort of just rolled him up after the heel was being too cocky, overconfident. It cost him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, shout out to our community for like bringing us this news. Of course, this is a developing story. We are really, really hoping that Scott Hall pulls through. I mean, he's one of the legends. I just watched Monday Night Wars on WWE Network like a few weeks ago. I just had it on in the background while I was doing work, and like watching back like the entire Outsider story, like wrestling felt so newsworthy at that point in time, and Scott Hall had a huge part to play in that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot is said about the fact that the internet has spoiled a lot of things. Nothing is really truly newsworthy anymore. Speaking of newsworthy, okay, once again, well wishes, prayers, and thoughts go out to Scott Hall, friends, and family as well. But now, talking about newsworthy, this fellow went from newsworthy to like fallen off the cliff. What has happened to Cody Rhodes? Okay, I just wanted to bring that up because I don't know if you felt the same way. I just randomly thought about it this weekend, probably while taking a shit. But, like what happened?
Always Mr. Young's shit thoughts.
Yes, shit talks, the best things, inspirations come out. Has anybody had like so much hype, like, oh my God, so much chatter, and then all of a sudden it just falls right off a cliff? Like, nobody's talking about Cody Rhodes anymore. Nobody gives a crap. Like, I don't think he's gonna, even if he did jump ship or try to do a deal with WWE, I don't think he's gonna show up for WrestleMania. Nor is he gonna go back to AEW.
But that's the point. Like, I feel like maybe if you look at it objectively, maybe he just let his contract expire and just wants to take a break from wrestling. Like, I mean, that could be a very selfish thing on his part because he's like as high buzzworthy as he is right now.
Yeah.
But maybe a part of me thinks that this could be like CM Punk in 2014.
But at least CM Punk, didn't he tell everybody what he was going to do? Or he just left?
He just left and he went radio silent for a year until he came back and did that podcast with Colt Cabana and like fuck everyone up. But he just walked away without any explanation. And one reason why I'm thinking this way is because in his final promo, remember the one when he pulled out the ladder?
Yeah.
And like he wanted to challenge Sammy Guevara. Didn't he reference CM Punk in his promo?
Oh yeah.
He talked about how like, yeah, he might be the one that was a revolutionary, but I was the one that kicked open the forbidden door. So I feel that has a lot of truth. Like I think Cody Rhodes is a sensitive man. He really wants to be loved, bro. Like he's like Shawn Michaels from the 90s, you know what I mean?
Wait, he's a sensitive boy and his feelings have been hurt by the AEW audience, so he's just gonna take his ball and go home. Is that it?
Maybe he is the one that really has deep thoughts, bro.
Okay, I feel like, you know what has happened? He tried to play AEW against WWE, and all these talks of like, yeah, he wasn't really in AEW there's obvious camps, right? There's the elite camp where they play their whatever bullshit nonsense masala basically, and then there is Cody and his overdrawn out storylines.
It's called the Codyverse, bro.
The Codyverse, right? And maybe Tony Khan just had enough of it. It's like, okay, we won't renew, blah, 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 that kind of thing, right? Cody was asking too much. And then he's negotiating between the two. And now he's negotiated himself out of a job.
Yeah. Bro, look at it this way. You watch one episode from AEW in 2019. He was the top babyface.
Yep.
He was having long promo segments. He was highlighted fighting Chris Jericho. It felt like it was his company.
Yeah.
But then in 2021, 2022, Cody barely even figured in anything prominent, or like whenever he had some rivalry, it was the shits. Maybe. So it's really the slow decline of Cody Rhodes as AEW gets more successful.
Irvin says he lost his smile. Maybe the more success. Okay, how's this? I know it's a mean thing to say, but the thought just entered my mind. Maybe he's just not as main event as he thought he was. He was main event. He was the head of the company when they had nobody. Now they have bona fide stars, and he's slowly seeing himself slide down the totem pole. Maybe Tony Khan is seeing him and he's like, okay, maybe he's not worth that much.
I wonder, right, is like okay, you know, like how Chris Jericho tries to stay relevant in AEW by keep like leeching on like the current top stars like Eddie Kingston or whatnot, right? Did Cody Rhodes like maybe try to like pitch like, hey, can I do a rivalry with like Bryan Danielson or CM Punk? But then, right, those stars like turn him down. He's like, I don't know what with you all.
Yeah. And then he's looking around. I only have the new guys to work with. Never mind, I'll go back to WWE. But see, that's the thing. Like, I feel like he's completely negotiated himself. His self-value was too high, so he tried to play that off. And then both WWE and AEW looked at him and went, nah, you're not worth that much. And now he's stuck without anything.
There was also reports that apparently his stocks with WWE kind of cooled down. Like it petered out, didn't go anywhere. I, for one, do think that, like, and I said a couple of times over the last few weeks that he legitimately did leave AEW. They couldn't agree on a deal. That's for sure. Yeah. Right now is where he wants or how he wants to enter WWE, because I think he might also have priced himself out of signing with WWE. Exactly.
And maybe WWE is like, and they're going to do business. They're not going to be like, oh, take all the money, you know. They're going to be like, okay, maybe we can have you in here as mid-card, upper mid-card max. And he's like, no, I want 20-minute promos on Raw.
But there is a part of me that feels like there is a reason why Seth Rollins still doesn't have an opponent confirmed yet.
So because they're reserving him, sort of like, okay, if Cody signs, or maybe they already have him signed and they're keeping it super hush-hush, they're like, at least that's a match that could happen. And if anybody can give him a great match, I mean, Seth, right?
Put it this way. If Seth doesn't start any rivalry with anyone in the next coming weeks, including tomorrow's Raw, then right, my theory is he's gonna like be John Cena in 2018, where he's just gonna keep asking, give me an opponent, blah blah blah. And then at WrestleMania, I think he might even open the show and say, how can you have one of your biggest stars in WWE and not give me a match? I want to do an open challenge right now.
And
in my opinion, that's the perfect way to debut him, because honestly, it's too late to like build up any hype. It has to be a random surprise at WrestleMania.
Okay, then the question is, what is the music that hits when Seth Rollins throws out the open challenge? You know what? I'm gonna say I want it to be the tinkly music and Stardust.
I thought you were gonna say, wow, you're smoking mirrors.
Wow. Tova Kid, what's up? It's Monday. You know what that means.
What's up, Tova Kid?
Today is a bit of a mix of both our regular podcast and my gaming stuff, because in just a bit, we'll take a look. If you haven't already got it, we want to give you a review basically, because we've both been playing it as well, right?
Yeah, bro.
Of WWE 2k22. Let me just give you this is what we can expect in a bit, okay? Once we chat about this week in pro wrestling. So that's the Cody stuff. Is there anything else that really jumps out at you this week?
I mean, of course, I want to talk about Jeff Hardy's AEW debut. And before you tell me what you think, I need to say about what I feel right off the bat.
Sure.
First of all, I enjoyed the memes of everyone was saying like, wow, Jeff Hardy want to come out and save his brother. He still can dance on the rampway.
Yeah, he got time to dance first. Yeah, before saving his bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it was a terrible debut, bro. It was a bullshit. No, I don't know whether because like the Andrade HFO Matt Hardy thing has been like so shitty that it's like you want to shoehorn him into this storyline. It almost felt like they were rushing to the ending so that they can get Jeff Hardy in, you know. But I just like, why? Who cares? Who cares Hardy Boys versus Private Party? Who cares that Private Party like turn on Matt Hardy? You know what I mean?
Bro, it's so obvious. Bro, it's so obvious that like they just pull the plug on this, pull the let it happen, let the Hardy Boys become a thing, because first of all, the whole Andrade Hardy office bullshit was not working to begin with. But there was still, if Jeff didn't sign, I'm pretty sure they would just continue with it, right? But because like, okay, Jeff is coming in and they probably are like, okay, let's just hand this whole stable over to Andrade now. Now Andrade settled with a bunch of, you know, Butcher Blade and Isaiah Cassidy and whatever the Private Party people, right?
Yeah.
So now, instead of building his own faction, he bought over the faction and kicked out. So in a sense, I guess it kind of makes sense, but they just did a terrible job of telling that story. And then Matt's never been a promo guy. And his promo in the ring with the, all right, well, put your thumbs up if you want to kick me out. Like, when he was doing it, I'm like, oh my God, it's so this is like community theater. This is high school like theater play. You know, like this is that level of acting. Secondary school, you all had to do plays last time, right? I had to do play. No, my acting probably better than that. For fuck's sake, man.
Bro, it was a long way from Matt Hardy. V Wonder. Man, but okay, the thing is like why I thought it sucked. I mean, it's not just the entry point. Like of all the rivalries, he enters into this. But like Jeff Hardy, I don't know, man. Like maybe what WWE has done to him the last 1 or 2 years has really like kind of squished off all his luster.
Yeah.
But like I was happy that he was in AEW. Yeah, there was a pop. I'm legitimately surprised that they could come out to the Hardy Boys team. But like, yeah, it was okay. Like in my mind, I thought like Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin like facing off each other was gonna be a bigger moment. But maybe, I don't know, like, just didn't feel like, I wasn't that excited for it. And if you watch Rampage, which I'm assuming you didn't, Hardy Boys appeared, they wear the full, like, Hardy Boys gear at the end of, like, a match between, like, I think it was Darby Allin and Sting versus Private Party, right? So at the end of the match, the conclusion, they came out. They came out and they looked good. I was like, oh, this is like a throwback. What is going to happen? You know what they did? They just stood on the rooftop. They just stood at the top of the stage and just stared. And that's it. And the segment ended, bro.
Did Jeff dance?
No, they just came out. Okay, they just did like, they did whatever it is. And he was wearing his fishnet stockings, his popular one, old school. But then both of them just like stand on the stage and they were looking at the two teams lah. And they all stare at each other and the segment ended just like that. Okay,
are we seeing Hardys versus Darby Allin and Sting next then? Is that the... I mean, you could draw the parallels. Like Darby Allin's style is obviously, inspired by Jeff Hardy, right? Yeah, definitely. I don't know whether it's gonna be a rivalry between them or are they gonna
ally themselves against the Andrades and his private party.
What I'm
don't know.
seeing is they'll probably join forces to fight Andrade and his bullshit faction, but at some point they have to fight like a respectful, I respect you, I grew up watching you, so I want to test myself sort of storyline. I feel like that is gonna happen, and I'm sorry lah, but anytime there's a guy that debuts and then he shows up on Rampage, immediately I file it in the okay, they have nothing to do with him.
I mean, it would be cool. Like, I want to see the Hardy Boys like run through the tag team roster, like just have kick-ass matches here and there, because I think at the end of the day, Matt Hardy can't really do much. Jeff Hardy can barely do his stuff. Yeah,
he can dance.
So they're gonna just be a veteran lah. But then like I wouldn't want them to be alone also, because they're not. I don't think they can cut it as a single stars anymore as well.
I really felt like it was because the rumor like debut was going for so long already. Like everyone knew he was going to show up. It could have been at a better position. Like the whole Hardy house office thing is just it stank. It brought the whole thing down. Like I almost wish that Hardy got beat up, Matt Hardy got just destroyed by Andrade and group, and then he disappears for a while, and then they show up a few weeks later or something like that,
Oh man, Irvin has the best description of this whole situation, and the crowd goes mild.
Which is sad. It's the Hardy Boys, man. Come on. Remember when the Hardy Boys just randomly showed up at WrestleMania and won the tag team titles?
Oh man, the reaction was amazing, bro, that night.
It was huge, right? So I don't know. I think Matt's best stuff was really the Woken stuff, because he was just so out of his delivery was very theatrical because he committed himself to it.
Yeah.
I think that style suits him best. Like, he's crazy. Because when he tries to do normal promos, it doesn't work. It sounds like that. Stilted.
I believe, right, that whole thing, that reincarnation of broken universe, blah, 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 actually added longevity to his career. Because I thought in the 2010, he was getting stale.
Yeah. No.
There was nothing left to do with him.
Absolutely. And then he tried to reinvent himself with the Hardy House Office, and that one just stank. The high heaven.
Yeah, it didn't work. So, like, you know what? Just go crazy with... Honestly, save their bodies. Don't do crazy ass shit anymore. Just have segments of them like acting out in the house, in the Hardy household, and just being all theatrical. You know what? It will be a nice segment on AEW to enjoy.
Like, okay, it will be the visit. Excuse me, I'm trying to have my lunch. I'm eating.
No worries, bro. Please carry on.
Tau sa pao, everybody. Tau sa pao day.
Okay, go.
I know it will be divisive. Some people hate the theatrical, nonsensical, like broken stuff. Some people love it as well. If anything, A, they preserve their bodies, like you say, and B, it keeps them away from the ring enough so that when they finally do, build up to being in the ring, at least it's something, right?
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of like. There was disappointing debuts, but I think there was some really, really good ones coming out of Revolution. Okay. I personally was a fan. Some people said that the promo was a bit too long, but I really liked it. William Regal having his promo coming out of the tag team match between Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. They are officially, I guess, a team, a faction with William Regal as the manager. What's your thoughts on that segment, bro?
I think it's great for the tag team division that severely needs some veterans. And I'm pretty sure that that's what Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson's, what he wanted to do is go in and he's probably looking at the tag team division going, we have so many good tag teams. Why is the tag team division shit? Well, it's because the Young Bucks have been, taking charge. Well, now you have a proper and actual guy who knows how to do pro wrestling and not spot fest.
Can you imagine Bryan Danielson every time just like shitting down on Young Bucks? Like, Young Bucks want to pitch an idea. No, that's dumb. No, that's dumb. No.
Okay, I'm sure he's a bit more PC than that, but how long before the Young Bucks leave?
You know what?
I feel like it's coming soon,
I feel like either Young Bucks will accept their role as just figurehead EVP, but they don't do shit, or they get annoyed by people talking about them not holding other people down, and they will leave. But I don't think they will go back. I don't know whether they'll go back to New Japan, but I think they will just be their own businessman. Yeah,
which is what they've done their entire career, right? Some people are just like that. They just can't work in a group in that way. Like, it's not that they hold people down. They don't know any other way of bringing them up. They don't, and they refuse to be... some people are like that, right? Like, they're not necessarily bad, but at the same time, they only know how to do things one way. and they die. No, this is the way I do things, right? There are a lot of parallels to real life in the working place and stuff like that. So, like, I don't think they're necessarily holding people down because they have taken losses. They have gone in there and had 30-minute matches with job guys to make them look good. But like we talked about earlier, that's not how you build people. That's not how you get people emotionally invested in the underdog. Because if they are on the level of the main guys, then they're not underdogs. They're just boring guys who are good.
Yeah.
And that gives you nothing. There's no support. There's no, oh my God, they almost had it, but they were outmatched sort of a deal. Like, really? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, they mean well. I don't see them as like a cunning, backstabbing, carny type of wrestlers. And of course, the reason they are the way they are is just that, people have been shitting on them since day one. So of course, they will develop some sort of like resistance or like, you know what, you do that, I'm going to troll you back, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can never forgive them for what they did to FTR though.
Oh God, yes, the FTR. FTR definitely have a chip on their shoulder. As well.
Is this chip on their shoulder that like FTR is better according to other people? But they are. Why can't they just accept it and just like move on?
Well, it's not about being better or not. It's about telling the stories. Right? They're two very different tag teams. It's like comparing apples and oranges. Yeah, they're both fruit, but they both serve different purposes. People like different things. Anyway. But
to my main point, William Regal's promo was amazing, and I think he's such an asset to AEW. All the more I want to see William Regal not just be, like a manager. I want him to be an authority figure for AEW.
Oh yeah, you mean replace Tony Khan and his fumbly bullshit?
Yes, definitely for sure. And a part of me kind of wants to see William Regal like roughhouse it with like other wrestlers as well, because I kind of like that violence that he kind of showed in Revolution. It's gonna be an amazing fact. It's gonna be my new favorite thing in AEW right now, bro.
Can you imagine? He like the principal who doesn't take shit from anybody, and people like step out of line, he slaps them or whatever. Like, he could play that role, but somehow I don't think it's gonna happen. He's a manager. He's in charge of Mox and Danielson, so I think that's his role, maybe as a faction head, but not as the head of a company. And look, let's face it, Tony Khan is living the dream of his life. He's not going to give it up. Maybe in a few years when he gets bored of it, then he'll give it up. But right now, he's like, fuck yeah, I'm in front of all the fans announcing big shit. I'm like the Shane McMahon. The name on the contract is a like, okay, yeah, we get it. All right, you're a mark. Like, we're all marks here, but at some point you have to be like, no, I'm a businessman as well. Do what's right for business and step aside and let William Regal or let Paul White, let Mark Henry, let Tully Blanchard, I don't even care if you put Jake the Snake as an authority figure. As long as you have somebody who people respect in the wrestling business as a veteran, be the figurehead, it will make more sense than this like nerdy guy who's who just happens to be a billionaire, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, of course. That's the point. Like, you're here to watch a wrestling show and to get entertained. Tony Khan is not an entertaining person. I mean, he's one of us. Like, I think he's better as a viewer, as a critic, someone behind the scenes. But let the star performers do their thing. Speaking of factions that work and didn't work, what's your thoughts on the Jericho Appreciation Society, bro? The entire segment. What is your thoughts on that, bro?
It fits into Jericho's MO. He's done shit like that his entire career. Remember, Jericho used to have Jericho Personal Security, like.
But for Goldberg, is it?
Yeah. He likes to come up with all kinds of bullshit. To like, we talked about this on a previous episode. He's the kind of guy that throws shit out there until one sticks. So I don't hate it. I think it's a great way to bring up a bunch of jobbers.
Yeah. It's weird. Okay, everyone expected the heel turn, right? He didn't shake Kingston's hand at Revolution. On Wednesday, he kind of teased like finally shaking his hand, and then the 2.0. And I tell you, bro, that guy really looks like Zac Efron with a square head. Please, you all look at it one time, you cannot unsee it. But anyway, 2.0, and Daniel Garcia, joins them. And then the dreaded turning on Santana and Ortiz. Okay, I don't mind. Inner Circle, I think their time has run its course. Like, I think it's the right time to end the group. But then, it makes me realize a lot of things, bro.
What's that?
In your opinion, was Inner Circle overall a successful faction?
Yeah, I would think so because okay, everyone except Santana and Ortiz have gained, like, you know. Like, okay, to be honest, Jake Hager, I think he's just there to have fun. He's not there to become a world champion. Because he has his MMA stuff, right? So he just shows up, he has a good time. He's one of those guys, I feel. So I don't care whether he goes up or down in the pecking order because it doesn't. He's just an enforcer there.
Yeah.
Santana and Ortiz is the only letdown, but then, like I said, the entire tag team division is a shambles, so it's not Jericho or anybody's fault. Like Sammy Guevara has taken off, both because of him and I think his association. So ultimately, I think the Inner Circle did work.
Okay. I respect your opinion, but I respectfully disagree.
Okay, go.
I think that Inner Circle was a failure because, like you said, only one person benefited, and it was Sammy Guevara. And yeah, Sammy Guevara used the rub from Chris Jericho, which I think was great.
Yep.
But I think everything else he has earned in AEW. He became a star on his own accord, his own performances, and he was given a good spotlight as a TNT champion.
Yeah.
But like you said, Santana and Ortiz hasn't done jack shit. And they were supposed to be like the number 3 top tag team in 2019 because if you remember it, the first ever like ladder match between Young Bucks and Lucha Bros, the Santana and Ortiz was the one that interfered at the end, So they came out like a big deal. Remember that?
Yeah, but like I said, to that point, it's kind of not Jericho's fault because he's not in charge of he's not in charge of anything per se, but he doesn't have the purview over the tag team division, and we talked about it just now. It's the whole Young Bucks issue where they can't do episodic long-term storytelling. Not in singles, not in tag. That's why the tag team division is shit, even though they have so many great tag teams. Yeah. And also you have to remember, right, the Inner Circle was formed during a time when AEW was at its infancy. I think arguably you can say that everybody's notoriety or popularity has gone up, despite Santana and Ortiz not being like, main contenders in the tag team division, but that's the tag team division's fault.
Like Santana and Ortiz, I know will do well. Like you can see from their promo like a few weeks back that Santana is great at cutting promos. I think they will do just fine given the right opportunity. But the one that really made me realize like, wow, he hasn't done shit in 2-3 years is Jake Hager. Like you said, Jake Hager, he's there to have fun and blah blah blah. But like when he joined the turn with Chris Jericho, it made me realize, wow, Jake Hager hasn't moved up or down ever since. Like he's just stayed stagnant. This is his spot. He's just gonna be Chris Jericho's guy. Yeah,
he's just Chris Jericho's bodyguard or whatever lah. Which I mean, like I said, I think it's fine. It's not a big deal. Like they're not looking to make him the next Goldberg or the next, and I don't think he cares to do it as well.
Yeah. So why I feel like it's weird because like everyone expected the heel turn, but nobody expected Chris Jericho to leave a faction, destroy one faction, and create another. But if Inner Circle wasn't that successful in my mind, right, what would make the Jericho Appreciation Society any better? I think it's a worse version of Inner Circle as it is.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, if you look at it, right, it is a worse version of the Inner Circle. But I think that isn't the point. This is not going to be a long-running faction. It was just there to like turn him even more heel. It's like, you're so egotistical that you are working with these guys who previously shit on you, blah blah blah, that kind of thing, right? Remember they had the whole feud. He called them Terrence and Phillip and shit like that.
Yeah, I remember. So it's weird lah because of course Chris Jericho I think was due a change in character. He has a great body right now to go along with this new change. So respect to him. But I wonder, bro, what is he going to do with the Judas song now?
Oh yeah, because everyone loves singing along with it.
Yeah. So is he gonna own it and call himself a Judas and people can sing it to him? Yeah. Or like is he gonna completely change up and do a Chris Jericho 2008 and completely change his presentation? Because I wouldn't put Chris Jericho past that to be able to do that.
True. Let me see. Yeah. He comes out to instrumental or he bro, the ultimate, you know what he should do? This is the trope. If somehow he could get the rights to break the walls down.
You brought up a great point because apparently you heard about him trying to copyright the sports
Sports
entertainer.
entertainer, yes.
Yeah, so maybe this is what he's trying to do. Like he's gonna do what Mick Foley did in ECW 1995. He became the anti-hardcore legend.
Yeah,
so
basically turn
he
his
goes
back
to a wrestling company and calls himself a sports entertainer. Isn't that a heel hit, right?
Yeah, like instantly turn his back on what this entire company stands for. Like, WWE is the evil empire to AEW fans. So to make himself even more heel, yeah, exactly, right? Can you imagine? Or if they can't get the license to it, they can like compose something that's very similar. Like have the countdown and everything, and make himself very WWE-esque to piss off the AEW crowd. And even like, this whole thing with Eddie Kingston already, right? Remember?
Yeah, definitely. Because Eddie Kingston is all about real pro wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like I can imagine Chris Jericho becoming a simp for WWE on AEW television as a heel.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but it works in the current meta. So I think we should give Chris Jericho some credit where it's due, but also at the same time, you're right. I find it hard to like, and maybe it's because right now, what's it 2.0 and Danny Garcia, they are so like bland. Maybe, hopefully, this Chris Jericho association will bring them up because, like I said. Santana and Ortiz don't need it already. Honestly, I think they are ready to stand on their own. Feuding with Chris Jericho will bring them up as well. So
for sure.
I'm interested to see. I mean, I'm at the end of the day a Chris Jericho fan through and through.
Yeah,
so,
of course. I love Chris Jericho as well. One thing I am interested to see, just a couple more points from AEW before we jump into WWE 2K. I hope people are not waiting for that too long. I am loving Wardlow's official babyface turn and official babyface interview to kind of justify his turn, in my opinion. What about you?
Like his remember that promo he did? He talked about like he did it. I did it for the money. I have a family to feed. I see where they're going with all that. Maybe not have him cut too long promos because it got a little bit draggy. I felt. I get that they're going with the heartfelt thing, but he is not at the point where he can really sell that emotionally.
Yeah. I like that he showed a bit of like vulnerability. Yeah, now we understand his motivations, character motivations, right? Definitely you want to root for him. But then when he ended it and said like this is Wardlow's world right now, like I want more of that. I want more of that menacing or what's going to happen now that Wardlow is unleashed. And they had a very interesting way. Like I like how they approach this potential rivalry with MJF, which is not what WWE would do. WWE would straight away, MJF, I'm gonna beat your ass. Let's fight right now next week. Blah 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 on Raw. But for him, he said like, because of my association with you, my respect for you, I agree. If you can let this go, and we can go our separate ways.
So he tried to be the nice guy, but we all know that MJF will have nothing of it. So. MJF, that's probably how the storyline will unfold, right? MJF will be like, no, you still work for me, blah, blah. And most likely he's going to screw him out of the TNT title.
Yes.
Match.
Speaking of the TNT title, so we have a new champion. Very shocking. Were you shocked? I was shocked.
I was shocked, but then after that, I went, because they wanted to set up Wardlow versus Scorpio Sky, ma. Yeah.
So I was shocked that happened. I was also shocked that Scorpio Sky was on an undefeated streak.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, that one, who really knows? Everybody can have an undefeated streak if they just hang out on AEW Dark or Elevator or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, keep beating all the jobbers in AEW and pad out your winning streak, right?
Yeah, I hate it, bro. I hate it when they go, oh yeah, she's 40-2. Like, that's because she's been wrestling jobbers on Heat. Like, this quote-unquote stats mean absolutely nothing. Like, it's so meaningless.
It's supposed to, I guess, mean something in the context of statisticians, but if they use it well for like storyline purposes, I wouldn't mind it. But it's just like for the sake of it, right?
Yeah. Okay. I wonder. Okay, maybe we are talking as quote unquote smart fans. Like, we have a better understanding. Maybe the idea is that we can get the passerbys, like some rando who watches AEW. They might not know that the undefeated streak actually comes from beating a bunch of jobbers, so they'd be like, oh really? Wow, he's important, let me hear. So maybe there could be some
for the casuals.
Yeah, for the casuals, some hook there, like, oh, this person is impressive, 40-1. Wow, that's a very good record, because everyone watches sports, right? So they kind of know. Well, maybe that's the reason. But we smarts. But then again, AEW is supposed to be catering to a bunch of smarts, so it goes against what their target audience is. So.
what are the odds that Scorpio Sky is gonna have a 1 week title run?
Oh god. No. Here's the thing: you can't hot shot Wardlow like that. You need MJF to cause him to lose. You know, like it makes no sense if Wardlow suddenly becomes a TNT champion. It's like, walao.
Yeah. So your prediction is they're gonna have that match, and Wardlow is about to win, and MJF screws the shit out of him.
Oh yeah. No, MJF must 100% must screw him out of the title. You can't have that. Or okay, he could conceivably win it, and then due to contractual loophole, MJF becomes a TNT champion. I was like, no, you work for me. That's actually mine. I think that might be even more like shitty.
Yeah, that's great because you remember he said that in the backstage segment, like, oh, no, I will let you keep the title, but maybe he goes back on his word.
Yeah, bro, Mister Young for Best Booker 2022. Let Wardlow win. Let the crowd pop. And then MJF's music hits. He comes out. Actually, that title is mine. Contractually, got lawyers. Like bring a bunch of actors, fake a lawyer, and be like, no, that title he take, and he becomes a TNT champion without even wrestling a match. Ooh, the heel heat. Oh shit.
And then you know what he said? He said, I might have said that, but it wasn't on contract. It wasn't written in stone. Yeah. So I changed my mind.
Yeah. So you get the dastardly heel who wins and didn't even lift a finger. Oh shit!
And because what Wardlow said is, I might still be on contract, but I just don't give a damn anymore. But technically, he is still on contract. So if Wardlow want to get angry or what, he can.
Technically, he's not a AEW wrestler, right? He works for MJF.
Yeah, I mean, like second to the Bryan Danielson shit, of course, and CM Punk, which I love, no matter what. Like this is the most interesting thing. Like Wardlow is like, he has won me over as a wrestler, as a personality, as a human being, even because I see his interviews and stuff like. He has the potential to be like AEW's Batista, bro. They just have to ride this rocket ship, bro.
You know who they have to thank for all this? CM Punk. Let's face it. If the MJF CM Punk stuff wasn't so hot, Wardlow's face turn also will be like, okay lah. You know, I mean, it would still be good. It won't be great. Now, because MJF and CM Punk had this ridiculously hot feud, I dare say feud of the year. And it's only
early contender.
Contender for feud of the year. I don't see WWE topping that, honestly. Yeah. If anything, maybe CM Punk can top himself later in the year, right? But right now, like, I honestly feel that CM Punk, MJF, they need to distance themselves. Even though they only had 2 matches, technically they can revisit this sometime down the road, maybe closer to a pay-per-view. Yeah. But right now they just, okay, it's settled, it's done already. CM Punk had his win. MJF has literally stuff to deal with in Wardlow. And now that MJF is super hot because of the feud, it's like what they say lah, you know, a high tide raises all boats. Right now it's high tide in AEW. Thank goodness for someone like CM Punk. He's brought out MJF. Now MJF will bring up Wardlow, working with Wardlow. So I foresee a lot of power bombs in Sean Spears' future.
Speaking of elevating people, you know what? I think CM Punk even elevated Sean Spears, bro. He's actually entertaining right now.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, but to the point you're saying, like, I am curious to see what happens to CM Punk going forward because his future is a bit unclear. Because I would love for him to challenge for the AEW title, but I think it's too soon to have a babyface versus babyface.
Yep.
So I really do not know, but I am excited to see Dynamite, and of course, Dynamite, bro. Like Dynamite is just somebody. It makes me want to watch wrestling. So you have that.
That's a funny thing right now, right? Dynamite, I agree with you, is the best show on my wrestling week. I actually make a point to watch Dynamite, because like I said, I've said this before. There's good and bad, but at least it's a roller coaster. It's up and down. Right now, when I watch Raw and SmackDown, really, it's a flat line.
It's meat. It's just meat.
Yeah, it's just things happening. It's like, okay, it's like eating a meal with only rice. That's it. So you will get full. You will get you'll get satisfied. But there's no real kick. No kick to the gut.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's crazy because they are technically WrestleMania season. This is supposed to be the most invested that we are in for WrestleMania. Like, last year, people were excited because it was the first show coming out of a pandemic. So the buzz was going to be there. But now, it's like they're trying to sell this pay-per-view on a one-match card. On Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, it's going to be a great match.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they've really built it up for so much. But there's still some television left. What else are they going to do?
Well, okay, so they've built built all the celebrity matches as well to get the casuals in. So you got Johnny Knoxville, you have
Logan Paul.
And I guess Pat McAfee. I kind of see Pat McAfee as an inside guy, but they've been promoting him as a celebrity as well, which he is. Like, he's one of the biggest like sports podcasters out there.
Yeah. Apparently, he's like almost like, I mean, he and Joe Rogan are kind of same circles in terms of notoriety. I mean, good for him, lah.
Yeah. So there's that, and then what else is there? Like Drew versus Happy Corbin, WrestleMania. Let's go.
Yeah, give it to Drew, lah. I don't want to talk about this match. I rather talk about other things on the card. Like, I rather talk about. Actually, I don't even want to talk about Charlotte and Ronda because you know where that's going.
Yeah, I mean, they had a brutal backstage fight, but it feels like it was done before. Like, they did the exact same thing with Becky Lynch, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, problem with this WrestleMania is all the matches kind of sells itself in terms of like the matchups. In terms of the opponent, it's going to be a great match. But there's no story within. The only rivalry so far that I see that the people are trying to make effort to tell a story is Edge and AJ Styles.
Well, I mean, in a way, couldn't you say that about Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville? Got many weeks of interference and back and forth, okay? Storytelling, bro.
Respect. Respect Sami Zayn for trying his best to carry this feud, right? But Edge, I guess we can talk about it quickly. Like, him suddenly becoming Chris Jericho circa 2008 with the suit and everything, bro. Yeah,
I mean, he obviously had to completely change his look, lah. He went from the grizzled grit guy to now corporate, heel.
Try to make it obvious that AJ Styles is the good guy, but I want to know what are they going to do with it, because at least it's not just the best performer of this generation versus like all the legends of this generation. Like, they're trying to tell a story behind, and I want to know more.
But my problem with this is just a few weeks ago, he was out there with his wife smiling, beating up the Miz. So this sudden turn, like, I mean, I know he did a promo, like, he discovered a part of himself, blah blah blah, and he likes it. I kind of rolled my eyes at it. It feels like he's trying to do, he's trying to work with what he has, but it's so shoehorned in there. It's like the Matt Hardy, like, sudden, like, oh, by the way, this is not working out. Like, huh?
Okay, I get what you mean. But that's the thing, like, what else is there to sell? What, Kevin Owens and Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Wow, that one is on the level, bro. That one's on the level of stupid. Remember Shane McMahon, Braun Strowman? Stupid. You are stupid. That's on the level of that. Okay, Stone Cold versus Kevin Owens. Sorry, go.
For the record, I don't think it's going to be a match. It's just going to be Stone Cold coming out, KO show, stun him, and that's it. Yeah,
it's okay. And let Stone Cold rest his body. I don't think, can handle a full-on match really,
Honestly, I don't want to see him fight. I don't want his last match, which was an amazing match with The Rock, be like, ruined, like how Shawn Michaels ruined it with Saudi Mania, right?
Yeah, don't devalue your body of work. So no, I think he's smarter than that. And they've already announced it's a KO show. He's just going to go in there, they're going to jibber jabber, and then boom, stunner, boom, get out of there, right? Huge pop. Yeah, it's very much to your point. Every match sells itself. It being marquee matches, so they like kind of be like, okay, I don't care about the storytelling, or they are trying to tell the story, but their writers are not very good at this point. And it's all very bland, and it's almost as if, right? They're like, okay, we just need the big marquee matches. Everything else is just filler, like I said.
Bro, honestly, right, they can just stop airing Raw and SmackDown and just the next show is WrestleMania already. Because they're already done. They're done building it up. There's nothing else they can build up right now.
That's actually a very good way of putting it. So yeah, exactly, right? Usually the road to WrestleMania, how they get there, that's the exciting part. This year, it's becoming more and more corporate. Is that the word? More and more, let's see, here's the thing, like, I want to say more and more Disney, but I don't even think that's the case, because Disney does a very good job in leading up to all their big movies. Not just storytelling, but through social media, through TV shows. So I'm trying to, I don't know. It's become so, it's like a factory, not the Nightmare Factory. It's like a factory. You do this, finished product. Finished product. There's no ups and downs in between, which is great for a factory, not great for entertainment.
I mean, you can ask anyone, even on the chat, like which rivalry from WWE were you most excited for? Like the most recent rivalry that you actually remember and like was hyped for.
That is not Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman.
Yes,
Yeah. That is the only one that is like, okay, Ken.
Then after that, there's no list really. There is no list. Like the things that make me love WWE right now is not the storylines, it's the people. Like I love Big E, for example, right?
Oh
Shout
my
out
gosh.
to him.
Yeah, we didn't mention this earlier, but when he took a belly to belly by Rich Holland on SmackDown, he freaking landed on his head and broke his neck.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Once again, yes, thoughts and prayers go out to Big E. And he even posted on his, I don't know how, obviously I've never broken my neck, right? Knock on wood, hope I never. But he's like telling everybody on social media, hey, I'm doing all right, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, your neck just, like, what the man?
Yeah, and the fact that he was trying to reassure his fans and his colleagues instead of taking care of himself. I mean, he cared about people enough to actually post that. Like, shows the kind of man he is, and you see how much love the crowd, the audience, his own friends and colleagues like gave out to him. It makes me so angry that WWE like kind of played around with his title run. But that's the thing, like I love the wrestlers for who they are in WWE.
So
them as people.
So that being said, is that the WWE formula? Have them be larger than life? Like it's like, you know, okay, we don't really care about the storyline, but you like them for who they are.
Yeah, maybe it's like the storyline has taken a backseat, and it's just like, oh, this guy that you really like. Okay, for example, Liverpool versus Manchester United. You don't even have to sell.
Yeah.
What is it about?
You just watch it.
Yeah, because Liverpool versus Manchester United.
It's built-in rivalry. Well, that is bad news for WWE in the future, I feel, because it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to draw another pop culture reference. It's like having the Justice League fight each other. It's like you will watch, but what the heck is their motivation? Batman versus Superman. The movie sells itself. Remember that movie? It was terrible, right?
Yep.
But Batman versus Superman, holy shit, you're going to watch.
Yeah.
But the reasons for them fighting, damn stupid. But you still bought a ticket. You're still going to be there.
You'll be pissed off that you bought a ticket sitting in the cinema.
Yeah, but who cares?
You still enjoy the spectacle.
Yeah, but you already bought the ticket. They already collected your money.
Yeah. But that's the attitude that WWE has.
Yes.
We are already subscribers to the WWE network. We are already going to be buying and watching WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Where's the effort anymore?
Yeah, so, and you compare that to what AEW is doing, they're still selling pay-per-views. They're still selling, like, you know, Fight TV, pay-per-view, subscriptions, blah, 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 that kind of thing. So like in a way, that's what the scene is these days. I'm sad. I'm sad about that because like when I watch Raw and SmackDown, like a lot of times I find myself doing something else because I'm just, okay, like it's just happening.
You just have it's on the background. There's nothing newsworthy. There's nothing that will make you put down whatever you're doing and just watch the show. Right. I think you are quiet because you and me saw the same thing on our chat.
Yeah, Surf Wrestling just said, hey guys, I went to the meet and greet, saw Bray Wyatt at the Showcase of Legends. He definitely looks more happy. First of all, welcome to the chat. Thanks for joining us, and that is great to hear.
Nice to meet you, Surf Rest. I think he's a new to our chat. Welcome to Kick to the Gut, bro.
Yeah, who's
Bray Wyatt? Huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Maybe he will return at WrestleMania. I don't think so. He's happy outside of WWE. So more power to him. So what's up, man? Thanks for joining the chat. He says, Doc said Big E will recover but may end his wrestling career too. Quite sad. Please don't be like Dross. Wow.
Really?
Bro. I hadn't heard about that, but that's really sad.
Like paralyzed? Like broken neck until paralyzed? I cannot wrestle anymore or what?
I hope not. I hope
no.
Like at least like, you know, have his motor functions that he can, you know, carry on with life. Right, but
there is people like who have broken their necks in wrestling, like, you know, Stone Cold, Lita, who have managed to continue their career. So
Kurt Angle,
broken freaking neck. So I hope take as long as he needs to take a year off. Please do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Lashley is out, Big E is out. We got a lot of big stars, like, you know, not featuring in this year's Mania. So, like, and Surf Wrestling said talking about Bray Wyatt, right? Like, his first appearance in wrestling is a bit angry. You can tell that he is also I think he also wants to take a rest.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And let them rest, like, you know, obviously the toll on their bodies. And when they come back, it's like, woo, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge.
Sir Who's Pro came at the right time. I think we've talked enough. We've already teased our listeners enough. I think let's dive right into WWE 2k22. Let's review it. What's your initial thoughts of the game, my friend?
Okay, so I'm going to just pull the game up right now, right? So I have WWE 2k22 running on my PS5 right now. And, excuse me. Had to cough.
Okay.
So just off the bat, just looking at what we see right now, obviously there's the, you can jump into a match, showcase mode. Let's go one by one. I think the gameplay itself is vastly improved. The fact that there are no bugs, and I know this is like you shouldn't compare it to the worst, right? But it is what it is. We remember 2K20.
2K19.
No, 19 was good.
Yes.
2K20 was broken, and I'm not talking Matt Hardy broken. I'm talking straight up just busted ass, right? With bugs and shit like that. So what they did, like, first of all, they squashed all the bugs. Well, most of them, I think. Visually, it looks stunning. All the wrestlers look amazing. Let me just load a one-on-one match. I guess on SmackDown. Big E, why not?
Yeah, respect, might as well.
Versus Eric Bischoff. What?
Come on, let's have a Big E versus
Drew. How about that?
Yeah, Big E versus Drew.
Yeah.
Let's play the entrances and
yes,
you can kind of see for yourself, right? Yeah. The visual, how spectacular the visuals are.
Absolutely. Like I said, I'm playing this on a PS5.
Oh, nice. Oh, then all the more you have everything, right?
Yeah, so the presentation, there you go. Woo. Check out Drew and his entrance. Like all the rest, most of the wrestlers look amazing.
Is it also the fact that it's on PS5 that the visuals really come out? Because like cross-generation, because I'm playing on PS4.
Oh, of course.
Yep.
But if you are playing it like in a beefy system, it's gonna look good. Look at even the chest hair. Looks amazing.
Bro, one thing I love about this 2K is like the hair physics is so much better.
Remember, like, I can't remember which year it was, they had horrible hair physics with like Bianca Belair, especially because she has a super long whip.
Yeah. Bianca Belair's hair, for the record, I played her. It's dope. Like, she actually, the hair doesn't look like a stick.
Drew is 91, sure not. I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they feel bad lah. They have been deep pushing him, so they give him his 2020 rating lah.
I believe it is available on PC. And here's the thing, right? Like, this was developed during the pandemic era. So at that time, Drew was the main guy, if you remember. He was the main champion. He was very heavily pushed in the Thunderdome era. So yeah, he would be a 91, would he not?
Yeah, for sure. And I still think he's one of WWE's top stars. Just because he's like going down the card to fight Happy Corbin doesn't mean he makes it any worse. Like, I think Drew can feasibly main event a Raw, SmackDown, and people will still take it legitimately.
For sure. Oh, Big E! Get well soon!
Ooh, look at how good Big E looks. I mean, it's also your PS5, bro. Respect.
Yeah. Just sort of the light physics coming off the gear. It's all real shiny and nice. Docs, good to see you. Doc says, is Via... No, wait. Irvin says, is Via in the game? No, Via will be coming soon. He will be dropping as DLC in 2074.
Bro, he has his own DLC. It's called the Veer Pack, bro.
Yeah.
He veer off course a bit.
But the thing is, it'll never come on. Just like him.
Oh man, look at how great like the set design, man.
Yeah.
Look at that.
In terms of the visual presentation, they've nailed it lah. They've nailed it 100%. Oh, before we do that, I just thought of a joke when it comes to Via. It must be very tough to be his wife or his girlfriend.
Why?
Because Via never comes.
Astaghfirullahaladzim. Oh my god. You see, you even made me curse in Arabic, bro. Okay, anyway. Wait. Like, okay, it's great that you sit on the pause menu right now because I think we need to tell people, for those who haven't played the game and who have played WWE 2K for the last couple of years, the physics and the buttons are completely different, right?
Yeah, so the button mapping, I'm going to remove our faces for a second. Bear with us. You can't see our beautiful faces. But if you take a look at the button configuration, it's now light attack, heavy attack, and grab. There's no using the right stick to, grapple or like different grapple systems. I will say that I actually do like this system. It's actually made it easier, but they've also come up with a different system. So it's like let me show you a combo system now. So you have to press square, square, square to do a certain move, or square, square, X. Okay, this harkens back to the old Raw on PS1 days. If you remember those games where you had to press a certain combination to do things. But if you were like me, because when I initially heard about this, I was worried. I was like, huh? So every different character, I have to memorize a different combination, right? But don't worry, they've actually made it simple enough so that, okay, like you start every combo with a light. If you notice, the square is the light attack, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, you can anyhow do. You want to memorize your favorite wrestler, that's fine. But if you don't want to, it's very easy. You press square, square, square 3 times. Or like, it goes from 1, 2, 3. Let's pretend that light is 1, heavy strike is 2, grapple is 3, right?
Yep.
So no matter how you get to 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, you always go from small to big.
Yeah. You know what? It reminds me of what or not? It reminds me of like they really took the best parts about fighting games where it's all about the button mashing.
Yeah.
Like if you pick up Mortal Kombat, for example, you do not know the moves, but you just play, you might hit something and it will still look good, right?
Yeah. And then like when you go and study how to do the moves, it feels good. And then you feel like, hey, yeah, I achieved something. But if you don't want to, if you like don't want to waste time to do that, you can still totally pick up and play. So okay, the reversal system is a little bit different as well in that if the combo has started already, you have to guess. You have to predict what they're going to press next. So it becomes a bit of skill, but mostly luck.
It's like combo breaker, right? Talking about the combo breaker.
Yeah. It's like, I believe Killer Instinct, if you remember that game, they had something like that.
Okay.
Only in this game, it won't yell combo breaker.
One thing I wasn't used to for this game, because when I started playing it, was I used to always remember triangle was always the finisher.
Oh, right, yeah. And now triangle is straight up the reversal. And talking about reversals, hang on. Boom! Moved out of the way.
You're playing as Big E, right?
Yeah, I'm playing as Big E. Getting my ass handed to me. But the thing about reversals is you have unlimited reversals.
Nice.
This time around.
So essentially, right, this game, right, it's fun because you always have a chance to reverse a move. Because in previous games, when I played 2k19, it was so hard to reverse.
Yeah, well, you would have to be ultra good at it.
Yeah, like the right timing, the timing of a damn sweet just to reverse it.
Yeah, I don't think you can't spam the triangle. If you spam triangle, you will miss reversals for sure because they only give you one shot at hitting the reversal. But
okay, so Doc, when you said spam triangle, actually not necessarily. You must spam at the right time.
No,
I think
you must.
They will give like the anticipation so that you can press it at the right time.
Yeah,
right?
The prompt will come up and let's get our faces right back there. So yeah, like. Here's the thing, right? Like, so what it does, it creates, unfortunately, a very AEW style of pro wrestling. Like, the back and forths?
Yes. A lot of reversals, you can counter.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like that.
Yep.
Because it looks like a fluid match. Because it's normal, right? In matches, you always reverse and stuff like that. Oh, but one thing I really love, I love the power moves. Because like when you do like the light move, which is square, circle will make you like have this very like emphasis to oomph to end the sequence of moves.
Yeah, like I said, going back to the combo system, right? It always ends on the bigger button. So the grab being the quote unquote biggest. Right?
Yeah.
So if you just spam square, you'll just do the weak attacks and you're easily countered if, your opponent understands. But yeah, the only issue is if you get two people to play against each other who are very good at reversing, your match might never end.
The entire match is just like the Shang-Chi like that. They're just moving like water like that.
Yeah, like back and forth. Like, okay, we're gonna hit a reverse. Oh shit, I got the reverse. There you go. Boom. Backbreaker.
Nice. Hey, bro, can you try to fight outside a bit? I want to see like the physics outside.
So, okay. Like, they haven't made it perfect. To be honest, this is a one-on-one match, which is fine. But when you play ladder match, when you play tables and chairs, it can be a bit cock with the detection of items.
How do you switch players? So, like, for example, you are facing one player, you want to face another player.
R3. You press R3.
Oh, so you press the R button
your right stick, you press it down.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so there's also this other thing called dragging, right?
Yeah.
So for dragging is essentially you have to grapple them, press X. Then is it L1 or something?
No. Grapple is O. So you wait. Let's not get counted out. So when you grab someone, you have to press L1. L1 to drag.
Okay, I think we should go. Go back up, bro. Don't get counted out. So like that is new because usually I can't remember how the old one works, but dragging someone you need to grapple them first, then you can drag them.
Yeah.
So whether it's dragging them to the corner or just like bringing them around the ring, that's one thing. Going up, what do you press?
What, up the turnbuckle?
Yeah, up the turnbuckle.
You just run into it, or you can press R1.
Okay, R1, so there's a dedicated for climbing or like, which is also to go up the ring, go down the ring, I assume,
Yeah.
right?
See what I'm doing there? There you go.
Yeah. I think a bit too far to do anything about it.
Must try, bro, must try. Okay, so now he started the combo. Oh, nice.
There you go.
Power slam, power bomb right there.
Oh, this is one thing I always need to know.
Here comes the finisher. I have to reverse this.
Claymore.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
you see,
nice.
so even though I didn't have like a stored reversal, if you remember the old games, you had to store your reversals. You can reverse. So you might think, wow, the games will go on forever. And it is true,
Yeah,
but you just have to...
Okay, is it a good or bad thing? Or it's actually okay?
I think it's fine. I think it makes the game very fun. Like you said, very fluid, very back and forth. Like, there were a lot of matches where I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose. But I come back from behind. And then you feel that rush when you do so. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, one thing, so I've played the games only like 2 days so far. One thing I enjoy is the pin system. So the pin is really you have to button mash your way out of the situation.
Thank God they brought back button mashing. Remember at one point, I can't remember if it was for pins or for submissions, but it was some like bullshit. What do you call that?
It's like the cursor you must press at the exact same red space or something like that, right?
Yeah, and I never understood it. I would always lose to a fucking camel clutch.
No, the submission is like you get it wrong, then suddenly they just step out like stupid things.
Yeah, it made zero sense. Now we are back to button mashing. They've made it. They simplified it so that it's fun. It's just fun to play. You know what I mean? Oh, he's going for his claymore again.
Another one, I gotta reverse that shit.
Oh,
you got it. Okay, this is how you get out of the pin. Faster, button mash.
Can. There you go.
Oh, okay. While Mister Young is busy playing, let me read some of the comments. So Toverkin said, pacing feels good, like an actual match between the two. Yeah, you're right. Daniel asked, hey bro, what difficulty is this you're playing, bro?
Normal, bro.
Okay, normal. So it's easy, normal, and hard. That's what I remember.
Is it? Even at hard is honestly not that hard if you are a veteran of this series.
Yeah,
like
that's
I
true.
consider myself a veteran of this series. It's just the whole grapple system. You will take maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get used to. But after that, I think it's simple enough. Okay, I have a signature and I have a finisher. So a signature move obviously is... Oh, wait.
R2 square, right?
Yes, R2 square. But I think I don't have a signature anymore. I have to use my finisher.
Okay, so this is new. This R2 thingy is new, right?
Yeah. Oh, it took me a while to get used to it, man.
Yeah, so apparently now, last time when you want to do like finishers, it's like, here we go. Triangle, right?
Big splash!
There you go. But for this 2K, you have to press R2. Oh, that was close, Young.
That was very close.
You have to press R2 and then like R2 square. Okay,
for
this
signature.
Is very, very... You need to remember this shit. R2 square is the trademark move, signature move. R2 circle, right? Is the finisher.
R2X is the finisher. No,
is it? No, R2X is the submission, bro. Submission special.
No. If your character doesn't have a submission special, then there's no submission, right? Oh,
I play R2 circle for my finisher. I don't know whether it's the same for you.
Yeah, lah, bro. That's if your character has an R2 finisher. See, so your signature is always R2 plus square. Finisher is always R2 plus X.
Okay. So circle is an additional finisher or what?
I guess it could be if if they ran out of, if let's say you had two finishers that start from the same position, they might have to reassign buttons.
Got it. And then if I'm not wrong,
he just dumped me over the top.
Hey bro, later you break his neck again.
Hey, Choi, don't.
Bro, R2 triangle is apparently like a payback or some shit like that.
Okay, so yeah, the payback move is a holdover from the previous
only
games.
if you have a start finisher or what?
No, only if you have a payback. So you see the blue sections in the bar. So So each one gives you a special thing to do lah. When you fill it up.
Okay. So Doc has explained. Yeah, correct. R2 circle is submission. Okay. Daniel said most difficult mode is legend.
Oh, that means not a what? It's not a special lah. It's just a regular submission, is it?
Yeah, just regular submission. Okay, Daniel says, have you guys played my GM mode? I have played my GM mode. Mr. Young also have played.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later, right?
Yeah. Also, you can play legend mode on like my faction, which will get the Future Shock DDT.
Yeah,
my ass
there
handed to me right now. Okay, we're gonna use his payback, which is resiliency. Hey, cannot! Why cannot? Hey!
Go! Oh,
No!
Mr. Young, you lost!
Walao!
Okay. I think it's time to end the match anyway because we need to look at the other.
Yeah.
Other
Anyway,
places as well.
in terms of the presentation, it looks amazing. It feels fun to play. I have to give them kudos for pivoting from the disaster that was 2k20 and delivering a fun game. 1-on-1, 2-on-2s. My thing is though, like with your triple threat, not triple threat, your ladder matches and your basically the more complicated matches, when collision detection becomes an issue, it gets a bit funky. But like it's been like that for every single one of these games, you know what I mean?
So the ladder matches, TLC, all like a bit hard to play lah.
Yeah, and also it's a bit caught, like you're trying to, like for example, I played a table match the other day, right? And I wanted to have like a cool ending where it ends on a finisher. No, I accidentally suplexed the guy and then his leg touched the table broke. I'm like, fuck, what?
What the hell? Okay,
the table match ended on a vertical suplex, but it happens, you know, you just don't do moves next to the table lah. And
yeah, that's true.
yeah, and like with ladders as well, once you figure out, it can be a bit intimidating trying to figure out what are the buttons to climb, to place, to smash with a ladder. But once you figure it out, you know, then it works lah, and then you can have your dream matches and stuff like that. Okay, so
have you tried like crazy ass multiplayer modes like Royal Rumble or Battle Royale yet?
I have not tried Royal Rumble. The most I played was not Hell in a Cell, the Elimination Chamber.
How was that?
It was fun enough, but I don't know what it is. I think maybe they ran out of time. The Elimination Chamber looks like shit.
Really? Like it's not as good as the other designs?
Yeah, like you can tell the rest there was more effort. And I mean, some of the wrestlers are the same. Like, you know, certain like Lana looks a bit like shit. Maybe
no, I could tell some models was not as much effort as other models.
Yeah, it's quite obvious, right? They spend less time on certain people, quote unquote. Huh? Doc says she had a bug last night where she pinned, but the ref not there, had to go and get the ref's attention got stuck on something else. He got distracted, or unless the computer distracted him on purpose.
Okay, let's not compare this with 2k20 because it's shit. But like so far, do you think it's better than 2k19?
Yes, 100%.
Even better than 2k19 when we actually enjoyed that game.
Yes, I would say so.
Nice.
To be fair, I haven't played My Rise, which is the career mode, yet. But from what I've seen of it so far, it first of all, you have multiple branching storylines, so there's replayability. You can play it over and over again. You get to customize, create your own character. You can make yourself, whatever, which is exactly what we're going to do, right? Now there's two separate storylines for the men and the women. Remember, I think 2K19, they had a combined storyline, which actually I like. I actually enjoyed the storyline.
Is it the BCW one?
I can't remember BCW. Is it? Yeah, BCW one. Yeah.
I remember, you started off as like a part of a indie promotion and you made your way to NXT and all that kind of stuff, yeah.
This one, I believe they just they just start you at the performance center.
Okay. Some questions here. Daniel asked, does the chamber match have entrances for superstars? Like, does it show the cutscene of them entering the chamber?
Actually, I don't know. I don't remember. I might not have. I might have skipped entrances. We'll find out right now.
Do you want to play? Yeah, let's play Elimination Chamber.
We don't have to play. Entrances on. Oh, if entrances on means can lah.
Yeah, should be.
So okay, I'll just randomly pick people. Okay.
Okay, can, no problem. Okay, so Irvin asks, what does AEW need to do to top this in your opinion?
Do a different game. Honestly, don't be this game. Be another, like, make it more arcadey, more crazy. Oh, you do see the entrance. Check it out.
And check out the Thunderdome, bro.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I love the fact that they brought the Thunderdome. It looks actually really good. But do you see what I mean by the elimination chamber looks a bit shit?
It's a bit, how to say, like a bit bare bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So-
okay, I need to see it once they go into the chamber. So now I'm just waiting.
There you go. So we got Xavier Woods, who is also injured, if I'm not mistaken. New Day is just poor things, yeah.
Time for Kofi Mania 2.0, bro.
Oh god.
Okay, in my opinion, right, and I know AEW won't do this because they already released my GM or general manager game, right? AEW GM. Oh, there you go. Okay, now what happened to all the colorful things on the top, on the rooftop of the chamber?
Don't have, like I said, a very bare bones. So okay, what I see is, you know, like how when you create your entrance, you can split it into 3 sections. So there's stage, ramp, ring, right?
Yeah.
So stage and ramp will remain the same. I guess when it comes to elimination chamber, this part, it will be just, you know, you looking a little bit more serious because you're going inside the chamber. Like, don't you think they did a pretty good job with the Thunderdome?
Yeah, bro, really good job. And I love that the fact that they actually had the developers be part of the Thunderdome audience.
Yeah. Bro,
Yeah, I think, okay, well, I'm just thinking about what would make AEW's game better.
look at how good Lashley look. But his face a bit like, what?
Okay lah.
Why doesn't it look like him? Oh, the eyes are a bit weird, I have to say. Okay, there are 2 things about the facials. A, the eyes are a bit like, some of them are quite cockeyed, I don't know why. And the faces are dead.
Dead lah, like no emotion, is it?
Doc brings it up. The eyes are dead, the facial expression. Like when I could literally have somebody in a chokehold and then their face like,
Okay. Yeah, they need to show a bit of
oh shit. We just hang on.
Or what?
Bro, hang on. We had a bit of a stuttering audio issue. What did you say?
Oh no, what I'm saying is like they need to have more facial expressions when they're in peril.
Yeah. Tovakin brings up the camera movement being fantastic. It is. So I don't know if you notice. We'll just skip the rest. But when you watch the match, right, it's way more zoomed in than before. So you really get a feel of the action.
And apparently the camera follows you if you go out of the ring, right? It doesn't show the ring as well.
Yeah. So everything in terms of the presentation has been incredible for this game. That's why I say it's one of the best games.
Nice. One thing I want to say was like the great thing about WWE's match play, right, is that they have so many match options. Was there any match option that you wish was in the game that isn't in the game? Like match stipulations?
Not really.
Or match types?
But bro, call me old-fashioned, man. But I don't need gimmick shit
Oh,
to have
there
fun.
you go.
Like,
Look at Roman Reigns walking with the belt though.
Okay, there you go. Okay, hang on. Let me check the audio. Guys, let me know if there's any audio issues, okay? Because things are starting to lag on my end a little bit.
It's fine on my end.
Yeah, you think so? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let me restart that. So anyways, so this is how it starts. As you can see, it just kind of follows the action a little bit. Once in a while you pull it. But do you get what I'm saying by like, the cage doesn't look impressive?
Yeah. Is Hell in a Cell much better?
Yes, but it's a bit annoying to try to, I haven't figured out how to throw people out.
Okay. And there's no breaking from the top of the roof and like them dying, right?
God, I'm sure have. They can't remove that. I mean,
Yeah,
come
that's
on,
like
man.
my favorite thing about Hell in a Cell, man. Okay, I think we should dive into my GM because that's the thing I really want to talk about.
Okay, so my GM mode. Okay, before we do that, let's talk about the rest. I know my GM is very much anticipated, right? Showcase mode is the type of mode you play once. It is very fantastically done, by the way. If you haven't seen me play it on my Twitch channel, I'll play on Tuesday as well as Friday. So basically, this year's Superstar Showcase is Rey Mysterio. You will play through his key matches in his career. And what they do, really cool, you have to like fulfill certain stipulations, objectives during the match, like Irish whip Eddie Guerrero into the corner. So when you do that, that activates a cutscene. And then they will very stylishly transition from the game into the footage of the match. I don't know, have you played Showcase mode yet?
I played at 2k19 with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay. But this one, have you played?
No, this one, no, I haven't started playing.
Okay. So yeah, it becomes a very storytelling sort of experience because you will have footage of Ray talking about the match itself, or talking about Eddie Guerrero doing this is how I felt during this match, and then he hits me with the backbreaker, and then of course on the screen you'll see the backbreaker, and then they'll transition from game into footage and footage back into the game, then you continue playing the match. So it's like you're living out his career lah.
Very, very cool. Very, very interesting. And like was it easy to follow in that sense? Because like you're saying, like if it cuts in and out of cutscenes and matches, like can it get frustrating or is it still okay?
No, it's done very well. So it only happens once in a while. But when it happens, it's visually very cool. Yeah.
How far along are you on the showcase mode right now?
Oh, I've only done the first 2.
So which matches was shown? I mean, for those who want to know lah.
Both is Eddie Guerrero versus Ray, and second one Eddie Guerrero versus Ray. Also, by the way, you unlock these costumes when you play these matches.
Oh man, Rey Mysterio's Halloween Havoc costume was like classic though.
So you will have Ray versus Shawn, Ray versus JBL, Ray versus Kane. I mean, some of the matches are a bit like what the fuck. It's probably because you can't get every wrestler he's ever wrestled in there lah. But there's also, I won't spoil anything, but there's one more secret match at the end where you can unlock a secret character.
Okay. I'll wait for that. But so far, like it's very, very promising because a lot of people actually, when I put on the poll on our IG, they really want to play in order. Number 3 is showcase mode. Number 2 is GM. Number 1 is My Rise.
Okay, so I'm not surprised with My Rise. My Rise, once I start into it, because like I said, I haven't really dived into it. From what I've seen though, with My Rise, it's the same as the career mode in the previous 2K games, which I enjoyed all the way, by the way. Yep. You can create either a man or a woman. You have choices. You can start rivalries. You can go SmackDown, NXT, and it'll follow your story through there.
And it's unique, right? It's not
unique.
like just one size fits all, right?
Yeah, and also, apparently, here's the thing though. Like, this was done during the pandemic era. So some of the voice recording, you can tell they record at home.
Is it? So it's like echoey and shit like that?
I saw a clip of Edge cutting a promo and it sounded like he was recording on his iPhone in his toilet. It sounded so bad. God. Like, it takes you out of it, I suppose, but I mean, bo pian lah. You know what you're gonna do. Right?
Yeah. Okay, before we dive into my GM, my faction, bro, I'm not too familiar with this. Can you explain more about what this is about?
If you've ever played the NBA 2K games, they have this thing called My Team. It's essentially that. Or EA Sports, FIFA Ultimate Team?
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it's their attempt at making you pay money essentially for a card, quote unquote, a card game. So I can show you what's going on in my faction mode. Hang on.
So essentially you create your own faction with like superstar cards, like
yes. So you will get different tiers of cards. It's RNG, so it's gacha, right? So it's just like any card game. Let's say you they give you a starter pack. I picked NXT, so I got a gold tier Tommaso Ciampa, for example. Some cards you can upgrade to a higher tier. Some cards they are stuck. So
how do you upgrade it in game without spending money then?
You just have to grind the points. Okay. I mean, thankfully, from what I've heard, right, it's not so bad. Like the amount that you need is not so high that you are forced to buy. See?
Yep.
So I daily login bonus. I got side plates. I got a pack, Superstar Series 1. Check it out. Let's go open. Unopened packs. So you get packs of cards, right? Boom, there you go. Who did I get? Oh, come on. Give me the streamer luck. Give me the YouTube luck. Let's go.
Come on, dope. Oh, look like fucking Mortal Kombat there.
Finish him. My faction. All right, so what cards do we have?
Oh, very nice, The the cutscenes.
The transitions. A silver Jimmy Uso.
All right, what else?
Meh. 63 only. A bro. Fuck off lah.
Fuck off. Throw away, bro. Throw away.
Bronze Tucker 51. What a shit card. Oh, gold side plate. Oh no. No, I already
What does side plate mean?
Okay, I'll show you later. Okay. Cosmetics are basically.
Okay.
Wallpaper. Oh, lame, yeah.
Also, like the side plate of your design of your logo for your faction, is it?
Yes. I think you'll appreciate this. Hang on, let me show you. My faction is called KTDG, Kick to the Gut. So this is my current faction right now. Because I bought I bought the NWO edition, right? So I got like Hollywood Hogan, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Eric Bischoff.
Okay. So you actually get to create two factions, one for the men, one for the women, or you can mix it up?
Yes, you have men's and women's division.
Okay. So you can't like pick 3 guys and 1 girl, that kind of thing.
No. You need 4 per team lah. So you'll take these characters into your matches, for example. So you see the matches here, you got Proving Ground, Faction Wars, Weekly Towers. So like most handphone games, there are several modes. So Proving Ground is you just run a series. This is like the starting playground, right? You
essentially, is it all 4-on-4 matches?
No. It's 1-on-1. So for example, at NXT 1, like I have to play out of my group a tag team match versus Brian Kendrick and Arya Davari.
Oh, okay. I get it. So it's like certain objectives that you need to fulfill, and you can pick and choose either one of your faction members to do it lah.
Yeah. Oh, so this, I guess you have to use an entire faction, like 8-man elimination tag right here, you see? And you grind MF or my faction points. If you don't want to grind, you can pay real money, get VC, and VC unlocks you packs as well. So you can get more characters. You can pray and hope for better characters, that kind of thing. Finishing these chapters also get you cards. For example, if I finish this chapter 2, you get an Amethyst Bianca Belair.
What does that mean?
A higher level Bianca Belair, like you see, 81.
Even higher than gold lah.
Yeah. So I can't remember what their ranking system is lah, but they have like bronze, silver, gold, amethyst, emerald, and diamond or some shit. You know
they tried to sell crypto.com, bro. That's all.
So that's my faction. A lot of people like roll their eyes when they see like, oh, this is gacha, them trying to make a buck, right? So far, I will say that it's not like oppressively bad. You know how
the better, reasonable ones.
Yeah, like a lot of people complain about EA and their microtransaction habits. Like loot boxes is very bad. I haven't played Ultimate Team, but I have heard only bad things. Like they basically force you to buy cards and packs. If not, you get shit players.
People spend like monthly amounts, bro, like 200 a month just to keep. Yeah. It's stupid, bro.
Yeah, so there you go. That's my faction. If it's something that you're into, and honestly, I can see myself getting into it because it's not storyline based. It's just you pick up and play and build.
It's a game within a game, lah.
Yeah, but also just be mindful. You might be wasting money on that one.
Okay, that's true.
Let's talk about my universe. Not my universe. Universe, right? It's the same as the previous universe games.
Where is universe mode in this screen? I don't see it.
Right behind my face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, universe. Okay, it's covered up.
Yeah, it doesn't have a cool character or logo. It just has that weird logo. It's the same as the old universe modes where they give you a sandbox. You can completely customize what shows happen on what day with what roster. So honestly, if you want a true sandbox experience, universe mode is your mode.
Sandbox, when you say it's like really open world, you can do whatever you want with your shows and matches.
I wouldn't say open world in that, like open world implies you can walk around backstage. No, it's like you are ultimate booker, like you are best booker 2022. You can do whatever. You can set the cards, you can set the shows, weekly shows, so you can simulate your entire fantasy league.
But if you do that, like, is the AI smart enough to like push rivalries forward, or like what's the end goal then?
No, there is no end goal. Like any simulation, this season you play until you die. Until you die. You play until you die, bro. There's no end goal.
I die from just sitting at home 12 hours a day.
Yeah, playing. So like I used to play universe mode on 2k19 endlessly because you can just like, you don't like the rivalry that the PC or the computer created for you. You create your own, you know.
Yeah, but it's still the same, right? It's like they will base you on match ratings, and then you work your rivalry towards a pay-per-view.
Yeah. So I believe they will give you match ratings, but I mean, who cares? Like at the end of the day, it's up to you to do your own shit. You know what I mean?
So okay, some people always have kind of compared, and they say like, is it redundant to have GM mode if you have My Universe mode, or should you just combine both things together? Okay. What's your thoughts on what they said?
I see the need to split both. Unless you can bring my GM mode into universe, but have it as an option to switch on, switch off. Like
understand.
I like. Okay, here's the thing, right? It's the difference between playing Football Manager and FIFA.
Yeah.
Football Manager is really like the freaking, wow, you go down to the nitty gritty, how much you deal with contract negotiations, how much you buy, the stadium must renovation, all the money shit.
Yeah.
That's what my GM mode is. So,
Got it.
did you chuckle when you realized Drew Gulak was a tutorial guy? Like, Drew Gulak is getting more screen time on the game than in real life.
Bro, do you realize everything made sense when he started talking on the tutorials, right?
Yeah.
You see every single WWE 2K game announcement or social media post, he's always commenting.
Oh, so that's why lah. So, okay.
That's why he's spending his life doing the last 1 year lah, essentially.
Yeah lah. Hey, like I said, he's getting more screen time than ever right now. Huh? So, okay, in universe mode, essentially what you can do is go to my universe and change everything. What championships are contested, relevant on what show, you choose. You can create your own shows. You can create your own rivalries. There you go. So this is truly like sandbox mode. Edit shows. There you go. See? Monday Raw, Tuesday SmackDown, NXT. Freaking, you can put AEW here. You can put CZW.
Create your own.
New Japan, Singapore Pro, Grapple Max. All you can create. All you need to do is upload the logos, which you can as well. So, like universe mode to me is going to be the one that gives us the most amount of leeway in doing whatever the hell we want.
Interesting, this concept, this term of sandbox. I think I've only started hearing it when I was reading reviews of 2K. But what other examples of sandbox modes in other games can you tell us?
Minecraft,
okay.
Conan X. There are a lot of Minecraft. Like gamers know this. The gamers in chat, throw in some examples as well. But there are so many examples of sandbox games where you're essentially playing God. In
You're
this
just
case,
creating your universe, like.
And that's why this mode is called Universe. You create the universe. You can have freaking one show with all women and another show all tag teams, no like singles belts. It's up to you. So
I understand.
This one really is up to your imagination only.
Then right, bro. I wouldn't you say like the one big criticism that people has been having on my GM, which we'll talk about soon, actually can be fixed. If you're not happy, just play My Universe mode lah.
Yeah, correct. That's why I feel like maybe sometime in the future, what they need to do is combine GM mode within Universe. Then it makes sense. Okay,
Get it adapted.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do a draft in Universe mode.
You can't.
I know. But you know what you can do? You go in and edit your own universe lah. You imagine your own draft.
You basically just create your roster out of her at the get-go lah.
Yeah, you show only okay lah. Now after let's say 1 year, you finish 1 calendar year in Universe. You're like, I want to change Roman Reigns and swap him with friggin' I don't know Samoa Joe, right? You just go into edit, swap it over. You don't have like a competitive draft to play, but that's fine. You can find that in my GM mode, which we will go into. I don't want to. Okay, do you want to do an actual draft? Just for fun?
If you want to show it, I guess on the stream right now, I can. Fine.
Okay, so there's an intro. I will skip the intro. So, okay, first off, you get to choose your GM, right? Johnny
I didn't know you could choose William Regal.
Oh, yeah. I think they didn't have time to remove it, lah, poor thing.
Because during the promo, they never even talk about him, right?
Yeah. No, during the promo, did you remember the one that's narrated by Stephanie? You could choose me. And she also very conveniently did not mention Shane, her own brother.
Yeah, very funny. You know the stories behind it.
So you get to choose Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, William Regal, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, or your own custom superstar, by the way.
Nice.
And then
and each manager has like their own specialty, right?
Yes. So they will have a power card, which only they have access to. So you can go in and when you get the game yourself, you can find out what each card does. Then each show also has a power card, right?
Have you started have you chose your manager? Whose manager do you use?
Okay, in my game I chose Sonya Deville.
Oh,
see,
okay.
I really finished.
How about let's make it easier? You load your game. We see.
No, I cannot. I finished already.
Oh, wow! How many weeks you play, yeah?
I played the quick one, 15 weeks.
Oh, okay. Because I chose 50 weeks, bro.
Oh my god! I lost to Stephanie McMahon and her millions and millions of dollars.
I think a bit too short for you to make a comeback.
Yeah, that's true. I felt sad. I'm like, lost but whatever lah.
Was it very hard to put on better matches to be with the lack of money or that kind of shit?
See, there's the balance. do you pay for the big superstars or you pay for the smaller superstars but have great matches? You know what I mean? So
okay.
I like what they've done here in that they've made it very we won't go through the draft itself. Like, there's a lot to go through. So
okay, right off the gate, like the main thing people complain about is that you can only pick a one-on-one match or a tag team match.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of variety in terms of the matches. And the only belts you can contest for is the women's belt and the main men's title belt, right?
In a way, I understand why. I understand that it would be way too much. Hales, what's up? Yeah, Hales saw me play this last week on my Twitch stream. I spent all my money on wrestlers and no money. They're all freaking Roman Reigns has to come out in a high school gym. Poor thing, no.
Hey, I asked you, bro, because I've been playing it, right? When I did my initial draft, I put default instead of custom, right? There's no Roman Reigns in my drafts, yeah? Why,
Okay, so what happens is the roster you get is random. You don't get the full roster. So default means they give you a custom, like based on the roster, they will give you random. If you custom, I think you can choose who is included in the draft. Because, I was thinking like, where the hell is my Roman Reigns? I couldn't get here. I was so annoyed. So what I did was I actually did the draft twice when I played it on stream. I did it once. I actually didn't save, and I completely
oh no, okay.
It didn't take. Then the second time I did the draft, I was like, how come like certain people are not there, certain people were there? So I was like, oh, I understand. So each time you do the draft, they actually randomize who you can pick, who is not available, that kind of stuff. So I feel like, okay, my GM mode is its own thing. And yes, I agree with the criticisms that it is very bare bones. But I think it's also because it is new and they need room to grow. So they can sell you, 2k22, have new, match types in the next year, right? I think that they will just, like with any game, you cannot go out all full guns blazing and expect it to not have issues.
No, but my problem actually is why they even take out the original GM mode, because that mode I thought was perfect. You know what I mean? Like, they already had everything that we are asking for right now, So maybe they thought the My Universe mode is the thing that will transition them out of it.
Yep.
But essentially, if you said that they had time for them to grow back, it's literally just grabbing back the things that they let go of in the first place.
Well, okay, I've never played the old My GM modes in those games. That's when I stopped watching wrestling. But I always scratch my head. It's like, why are you guys complaining when you have a literal sandbox mode where you can do whatever the fuck you want? Is it because people have no imagination? It's like, just take a pen and paper and do your own draft lah. Like, I think wanted that the feel of playing like a mini game of being able to draft and then an AI drafting against you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that is, I think, one of the reasons why people enjoy drafts, WWE drafts. Like that feeling of being like your own fantasy league. But let me tell you the things that I do like about this GM mode. Like, honestly, for me, I'm a huge fan of like contract negotiations.
Yes.
Like, I love like buying or signing play. That's me from career mode, like, essentially, right?
Yeah. Bro, it's funny like when you have some random jobber coming up to you, it's like, oh, I think I should be featured in the main event. I'm like, no, you don't. Bye-bye. And then,
did you even add any jobbers to your show?
No. Like the most jobber people I had were like Dexter Loomis and Billy Kay.
Okay, like decent.
Yeah.
Even the free signings, right? So after, apparently there's like 8 rounds of initial draft. Then after that it becomes optional, right?
Yeah.
And then you can pick up free signings after the fact. But all these free signings, is it randomized?
I believe they are randomized as well. Yes.
Okay. Got it.
So I mean, yeah.
I'm still very new. I'm like only a few weeks into the game.
Same. I haven't had too much time to play. And like I said, I finished the entire season, but I only played a 15-week season. So the next step is to start a 50-week season and just go head-to-head with whoever. What sucks is there is no multiplayer on this. I mean, there is, but you have to be there physically. Like, it's great if you have a brother, you play with them at home, you're at home all the time. But if you want to play, let's say, if I want to play with you, what the fuck? Bro, you want to come and live in my house and play? It's like, it's impossible, right?
I mean, we gotta figure out how we're gonna go about that.
Honestly,
I thought it was gonna be an online situation where you and me can link up and we can fight each other.
Yeah, and then take turns, right? Like, hey, bro, my turn finished, go and do your turn. I thought it was that also. But it turns out it's not. So we have to get creative. And I think, see, that's where I put my money into the universe mode. With creating our own league, fantasy draft and all that shit within universe mode. We will work together on that. Get the community on Discord, on the stream, everything involved. Y'all be part of it. Y'all do your drafts. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
We'll figure it out. We'll get the Discord community involved. We get people on our Instagram all involved. People on Patreons. Maybe we create a kick to the gut universe mode.
Like a league, kick to the gut. Like we create our own federation, and I don't know, we draft in people, bro. The options are limitless.
Yeah, the option. Okay, right now, logistically, I can't screen record my shit and stream it. We have to rely on your amazing PS5 technology to do it. But what we can do is like, is it possible, like for me, like if I draft my side or like my matches and I kind of like send it.
Wait, hold on.
How do you do that?
Lag. Hold on. We're getting a bit of lag. Let's ride it through. We'll talk about this off the stream lah. But I mean, you know, the technicalities aside, we will definitely figure something out.
Can.
I think GM mode is out. There's no way we can play GM mode like, you know.
We recreate GM mode in universe mode.
Yes.
I think that's the best way.
Yeah, that's the only way we can do it. Yeah. And then it would make sense.
Okay. We'll talk about this offline, but just to wrap up, like overall, your thoughts on WWE 2K, what's the good things, pros, what's the cons, and what modes will you be playing the most?
I feel like I will be playing. See, here's the thing: you're asking a me in 2022. If you are asking a me when I was still in school, I would be playing the fuck out of universe mode because I would have so much time to craft my own universe. I would have like my Raw would have this, you know what I mean? Like
Sims mode.
Sims, yeah. Like I love sandbox shit, but realistically, at this point in my life, I might actually play more my faction mode than anything. And like, you know, because it's a game with it.
Yeah, my faction, that's interesting, bro.
Only after I finish my Rise. I want to finish the storyline. I want to finish my showcase to unlock all the stuff. So just to put a bow on it, it's definitely for a wrestling fan, and even if you're a wrestling fan from the past, you will definitely find value in this game. I don't know if you need to get the NWO pack. Just get the regular version. It's fine. You know,
okay.
But I will give it like 2 thumbs up. Like if you want me to give it upon 10 grading, I will give it 8. It's not perfect. It is in a lot of ways better than what the WWE product is right now.
Yeah, it makes Drew Gulak over, bro. I mean, come on.
Exactly, right? And as you know, like when you talk about like My Rise, they are free to go and come up with all sorts of crazy shit in terms of storylines to get your character through. And then after that, you can come up with your own crazy shit, dream matches, all that shit in universe mode.
So like, I'm looking forward to what might ride in store for sure. Yeah, for me, you know, I'm a GM guy, so I want to get my GMO out of the way first.
Yeah. Actually, that's why I honestly played the quick one. So I just wanted to see how it plays first without investing too much. Maybe in the long run, I will try to run a 50-week. But okay, and here's the thing about GM mode. It's a great mode to just like to play if you have nothing better to do and you only have like 15 minutes. You can just sim a few weeks and then fuck off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It works perfectly for my scale. Okay, we have to understand, we have to take into our actual real life into account. Yes.
Like as much as I want to devote a lot of time in the universe mode, I know that this part of my life, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. So most likely I'll play My Rise, GM mode, even my faction. Because my faction is literally you pick up, you play one match, you can go away.
Yeah. For me, I would, like I said, my GM mode will be first, but my second would actually be showcase mode.
Here's the thing mode where you play once and you're never going to come back to it.
Yeah, that's the point. I want to get out the easy ones out of the way first.
Yeah, just play it, you know, unlock. Who do you think you can unlock with showcase mode? I mean, it's quite obvious, right?
Bro, Chris Benoit, right, bro? Tell me it's Chris Benoit.
Bro, you're right. It's Chris Benoit, bro. You unlock Chris Benoit. There you go. Okay. Would you recommend the game? I like I said, I recommend the game, especially after we've been, you know, wrestling gameless for like how many years?
Bro, better than WWE Battle Stars or whatever fuck it was last year.
The Battlegrounds was a joke. Let's not even bring that up.
Let's not even talk about it. Yeah, but I think it's a great return to form. I'm still trying to decide. Give me more time to decide whether it's better than 2K19 because 2K19 I really, really enjoyed it.
But 2K19 didn't have GM mode.
Yeah. That already in itself is a win, right?
By the way, they did remove like some like custom entrance. Some of the more nuanced custom entrances, which honestly, after a while, it was okay. Because like I said, at this point in my life, I don't have time to go and edit every nuance. And a lot of times also after a while. So
yeah, which is kind of sad because a lot of people are excited to see the entrances. But at the end of the day, you want to get back to playing the games.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have like infinite amount of time. I get it for those who are like very free or maybe in college. Instead of studying, you're playing games. That's fine. I get it. We all have done that. I get it.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Yeah, but I get it from that point of view as well. But honestly, beyond that, I think it's a fantastic game. So wrestling fans, past and present, can definitely enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. I am excited. I want to save my thoughts, like full thoughts, until I have another week to play everything.
Yes.
But so far, early signs is great, and I got the standard edition, bro.
Okay, there you go.
Worth it, way worth it, and we're gonna be spending a lot of time as wrestling fans, and with WrestleMania coming up, oh man, like I think the hype for WrestleMania is coming from me playing WWE 2K as opposed to watching the shows.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? Not to 2K after that glowing recommendation, get them to sponsor.
Bro, send an email and then go embed this YouTube video.
There you go. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us on the Monday afternoon. Certainly hope to see you again next week. As always, hey, do us a favor. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit like on this video as well. Do the same on all our other social media as well. And of course, check out our Patreon page if you want to take your support to the next level. Hey, any tier we appreciate. You know, even you just being here, being on our Discord, sharing stories, laughing, joking, whatever on our Discord. Hey, we have a great time doing that as well with you guys. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Next week, we are getting closer and closer to WrestleMania. We are definitely going to preview all that and more. Plus, perhaps an interview is coming our way soon. Akan datang, wait and see. Oh, some exciting stuff on the way.
Yeah, bro. Maybe I give a bit of a preview for wrestling fans, guys. This week, better go to the theater. Support a wrestling movie that's coming out.
Oh, theaters, a wrestling movie? Okay. Well, keep you updated on our socials. As always, here on Kick to the Gut, it is Mister Young.
And it's for in the building. Have a great week.
Kick to the gut. I like it.